What's good? Thank you for tuning in. 1 year down, proof that when you show up, growth shows out. As y'all know, I got my big bro, Corey C, back in the building with me to help me celebrate this monumentous occasion. And man, we're going to just talk about growth. I feel growth is the big thing for me right now. I went back and I listened to some of my old stuff, and I feel it's only right, big bro, that you're here, that you're here to you've been a big part of the show, a big part of this foundation that I'm trying to build. So I feel it's only right, just off of your expertise in doing this podcasting stuff, I feel like your insight is, but there's no money I can put on it.
I'm happy to help, man. Happy to help. Congratulations on the year, though. Congratulations. That's a big step, bro. That's a big step.
Hey, I appreciate it. Like, I didn't even realize it. I didn't. Like, I started thinking about it, what was it, maybe a week ago? I was talking to the wife and I was like, yo, I'm coming up on a year. And she was all like, yo, you have been doing this a year. And I was all like, this is crazy. It feels good.
Time flies, man.
It does. Like, I love this so much. Like, it's bringing out, like I've said it in a lot of episodes, doing this podcast is bringing out so much that I didn't know I had in me, but it's also helping me deal with a lot of stuff that was in me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And I mean, the progress has been good. Like we talked about, I don't think it was on the show last time or whatever, but you have like 30 more YouTube subscribers than Rapper Rants, and we've been doing it for more than a year, and we have 4 people involved. Do you think we could get, so yeah, that's something to be proud of. Like,
Hey, I,
truly.
I appreciate it, and like I've learned from y'all. Like I was in the process of trying to do something similar to Rapid Rants, but it hasn't panned out the way I wanted it to. But I am grateful for the success that I have had up to this point. Like now for me, growth is, granted, I haven't hit the 10K, but I'm starting to reach out to other people to try to get more traction and get more people out there, even some radio stations. That's my next goal.
How's that going?
I'm still in the drawing phase. I'm still trying to get my message template set up to where I can kind of have a generalized message plate that I can kind of work off of, then work it towards whoever I'm sending it to.
Sure. Sure. No, it makes sense.
So like I just like today I reached out to Jordan Stallion. He's big on TikTok. The guy that does the
Yeah.
come
No,
here.
yeah.
I reached out to him today, so I'm hoping for good traction. Jordan, if you see this, hey, check your inbox. I'm reaching out to him because I like his stuff. As a foodie myself, as a connoisseur of food, I love his stuff. And then like when I read his bio about how he wanted to play baseball and then how he started, what got him in, what segued him into content creation. I'm like, yeah, bro, yeah, I definitely want to sit down and talk with you.
And he's so young. He's like
Yeah.
24 or something like that.
Yeah. So like that's really he, like, I'm hoping he will say something because like I'm telling you.
I mean, that's a pretty big reach. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible, but he's huge.
Yeah,
He's bigger than go.
I'm a firm believer, bro. Go big or go home. Go
Yeah.
big or go home. It's like I feel what this podcast stands for and what it means, at least what it means to me and what I'm hoping it'll mean to other people. I feel I have to attract other people to help, to help get the message across. More people need to know the origin stories of a lot of what we consider big. Like, did you think you would be where you're at when you started the journey?
I was just talking about that. Like I was telling my lady, like someone needs to do a series on like these big content creators, and I want to see their first post, and I want to hear them tell the story of like how they found their niche, and did they start this page for this very reason, and it just happened to blow up? Was it just a great idea, or they just stumbled? Like I stumbled upon the millennial shit. Like that was a
Mm,
complete accident. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I would love to hear like I want to see Aaron Parnas's first post. I want to
Mhm.
see the shit is getting weird. Part infinity, guys. First, you know what I mean? Like I want to see that journey. I think that'd be such a cool series to do.
Bro, I feel like it'll help so many people out because I know just within this year alone, it was, am I doing it right? What do I need to do? How do I get better? How do I grow? And there's no real guideline to podcasting. There's no real guideline to content creating. It's just you go out there and you create. You do what you want to see, not necessarily what people want to see, and then people gravitate towards it. And it's so crazy because there's so many people out here, like just this week alone. I got into it with I don't know, I guess one of those guys trying to tell me how I'm messing up in podcasting, and he ran my YouTube through his software, and his algorithm showed that I'm not using SEO content or NLP and all this other stuff. And it, like, we got into a back and forth, and then what triggered me was when he called me a beggar. I'm like, yeah,
What?
yeah.
How are you a beggar?
And I had to tell him, I said, bro, you came into my inbox. I didn't reach out to you.
Talking about?
Like, my wife was all like, calm down. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm about to read this dude his rights.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I just, man, I really want, like, for this podcast, the idea is I want to help people feel seen, and I want to help people grow. I've been doing a lot of counseling, and one of the things that I realized, and like we talked about the last time, I resonate with out of Tyler Perry's story. His startup story was, acts of service. That was his calling, and I really feel like I want to use this podcast to help people who feel stuck get unstuck, regardless of what it is. If it's content creating, whether it's nursing, whether it's going back to school, helping veterans find what benefits they're entitled. I just want this podcast to be able to be of service to people and help them achieve whatever it is they want to achieve. That's the goal.
Yeah.
That growth.
Yeah. Respect to that. Nothing wrong with that.
Like that is my ultimate goal right now. And so, like, in doing this podcast, I had no idea what SEO was getting into this stuff. It was actually one of those guys that told me about SEO, and then here I am, Chat GPT. What the heck is SEO? Search engine optimization. I'm like, okay.
It's important. It's a big part of it.
See, and like when you go back to my very first one,
Dude, you should see my early interview.
yo, that first one was all like, and like I'm listening to it, I'm over there like, yo, this sounds horrible. It's like, yo, I really put this out there. So, man, I mean, as for somebody who's been doing this for a good little minute, like, what growth strategies do you kind of take in? Is it more so algorithm based, comment based?
Okay, so short form, right? Like that's where you can grab people's attention, especially growing on YouTube Shorts and things like that, TikTok. And honestly, I was going to say one suggestion I have for you with your short form is like you're using too many transitions and effects. Like those transitions that you have in the very beginning. Like I was going through some of them, and there was like this one that's like a bright circle that kind of just goes in slowly, and then the video comes up. For someone who's never seen your page and you don't have a lot of followers on TikTok yet, so that like you're dependent on that first 200 people on the For You page. When they don't know what's going on in the first 2 seconds of a video, and then they're still waiting for the transition to end, they don't have a reason to stay around. I would kill the transitions and like the effects, and then also title cards are huge. The title cards, if you're just an example, if you're talking to a business owner, like she quit her job and started a business, just that title card, and if she's talking about something related to that, will get people to, okay, I want to hear a little bit about this. And if the content, is strong enough, it'll keep them around. Like I was doing terrible with TikTok, especially during the interviews, because I never used TikTok. I was always on Facebook and Instagram. I got really tired of Meta. That is a horrible platform in my opinion. Now it's changed. It's scammed. It's clout chasing, and they're not paying anybody. So I started to I scrolled on TikTok, solely on TikTok, and I was starting to pay attention to like, okay, this type of creator, they're popular. What do they do that gets people in? This person's smaller, but they do have a good comment and like rate, good views. What are they doing well? Wait, and then like, what are these podcasts doing to get a little attention? And like you have to post on TikTok like you're a user. Like you have to think about what's going to get your attention as you're scrolling through on the For You page
Okay.
or what. And it's quick. And you have 3 seconds to get them interested. 3 seconds. So you got to come out the gate strong.
Okay. 3 seconds. Okay,
And
yeah. Now, like, I'm thinking about it now because like I do a lot of my edits with TikTok. That's actually where I started doing the edits. I was like, okay, well, let me throw some transitions here, and so kill the trend going forward. I'm
I did
telling you,
the
definitely.
fin flip, like I was going through some of my old interview TikTok posts, and I just had these like weird wavy graphics over the thing the whole time for no fucking reason. Like it's just because like someone probably told me that like, oh well, TikTok likes when you use effects. So I went crazy. Like I don't know TikTok. All right, well, I'm gonna put effects on everything. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
900 effects on this one. I'm gonna put a little sticker up there on this one. I'm gonna put like when you don't use TikTok and someone says that TikTok likes this. Oh, okay, well, let's do that. But like, end of the day, TikTok likes the videos that keep people watching,
Okay.
whatever it takes, whatever that means. But you have 3 seconds to get them hooked, and if people stay, especially the first 200 to 300 people, if they stay for 30 seconds, even, it's gonna get pushed out.
Okay. Yeah, because I just recently started working on the thumbnails. So like that was like one of those big things where I was like, okay, let me try dibbling and dabbling with this thumbnail stuff because
Yeah,
I was like, I don't really know exactly what a good thumbnail looks like. And I was actually going through, I was Googling it, I was like, okay, what's a good thumbnail? How do I know what a good thumbnail is? So, I know a lot of this stuff is just trial and error. Hey, just kind of once you figure it out, it'll work.
go to the biggest podcasts that are similar to you. Go to their
Hmm.
YouTube and look at their thumbnails and do exactly what they're doing.
Okay.
Like it's it's not copying. It's just it's people like trends. People like familiarity. People, this the internet. Like you have to play the game to change the game. Does that make sense?
I like that one. I like that one. Got to play the game to change. I'm gonna borrow that one. I'm definitely gonna borrow that one. That was dope. I like that one. That was a good one. So played it, man. Hold on, I'm stuck on it. That was a good one. Should I start gearing the episodes around the said trends? Like, should I use the trends as my episode topics, or should I keep picking the episodes kind
No,
of
stay
how?
stay true to what you're doing. Like that itself is like where your passion lies. Is like the things you talk about on the show, and that's who you are. That's what you'll do best with. But I'm saying packaging wise, the
Okay,
thumbnail, the background, the sound effects, I don't know what people use. I don't watch full length podcasts. I really don't. I've had
yo,
2 podcasts. I've never been a fan of podcasts, but I don't know what just but see what the guys who are succeeding are doing and then do that. Like not the topics, but the stylistic.
okay, yeah. And it's funny you said that because I was already kind of gearing towards putting a lot more focus on short form than long form. Not saying I'm not gonna stop doing long form, but I was looking at it and like one of my coworkers came to me, he's like, "Yo, I love your podcast. I love the things you talk about." He's like, "But yeah, I don't have a long attention span, so I eat up a lot of your short forms, but your long form is
Yeah,
yeah."
you're probably not going to get your friends to the long form. Like that's and dude, I am not the one to ask about YouTube because I've not cracked that code at all. I can't get YouTube's attention to save my life, so I can't speak on YouTube. Yeah, it's short form is 100% going to be the easiest way to at least drive followers to you to where, I mean, and with stuff like podcast, you're going to need 1,000 subscribers to guarantee you get 5 live viewers.
Mhm.
Like the math doesn't break down in your favor, but that's where it starts is the short form. If you want to eat the short form, then they're going to subscribe so they get that more of that on their feed. But then the long form will be recommended. Eventually, they'll find you.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? This is all a hoping process. I mean, that's how I look at it. Each one I post is again. I'm still that kid at the candy store where I'm like, "Ugh, it's 24 hours and I only got one view." I had one interview I did with Lay, one of the short forms I did. The first 24 hours it didn't do great, but then over the weekend I looked at it, I was like 800 views. I was like,
Nice, nice. Yeah,
did good.
yeah. Yeah, it feels good to get out of 200-300 jail, bro. Like when
Yeah.
you break out of that, like you get so tired of seeing those 200-300s, man.
Man, look, I get tired of seeing what I had. Like I was going through a lot of them, and like I said, my first one just is stuck at like 11. My first long form was stuck at 11 up until I did my first collab with you. Like that's when it actually started picking up and everything else like that. I was like, oh, okay, so I'm doing something. Like, hey, YouTube is starting to recognize me, and then I was at home and my face lit up because I told my wife, I was like, I can Google myself.
That's cool.
Yeah. So do better. I gotta focus more on the short form. So what else is there, man? I mean, is it more collabs? The more collaborations I do, and the more I get people to at me or share me, or will that help?
So, okay, how when you have an episode recorded,
Mm.
do you download the whole thing and then edit it yourself, or do you take AI generated short form clips?
When I do the episode, Riverside does the edits, and then all Riverside really does is just take out a lot of the filler words. As
Right,
far as actually taking out words, like hey, take this sentence out, take that. I do those edits myself, and then when it goes down to the clips, those are all AI generated. Again, I just go through and make sure it sounds good.
right. So, like, and it sucks that my computer is down right now because I would love to like for you to send me the recording of an episode and I would edit the way I edit my interviews and the way I edit reparants because like those AI generated clips they're not optimized for like for do you know what a hook is when you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
short
yeah,
form?
yeah.
So like the hook is huge, the first sentence is huge. Sometimes it'll work, but also like you can always tell when it's a AI generated short. At least I can. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's I would never use AI generated, but I also have an unfair advantage. I went to film school and I worked in reality TV. Like I had a specialty of like cutting down interview clips to be the most concise version of themselves.
Okay.
But I think that's like, do you have a piece?
No, I'm using a laptop.
Okay, all right. So I would download DaVinci Resolve or shit. Download CapCut. You could just download. Well, DaVinci would be easier probably, but DaVinci Resolve, CapCut, they're both free to download. You can install them on your computer and you could lay the whole interview out and then you can go through and find like that those sections that you want and then you can cut it up yourself, like
Okay.
and you can find that best first sentence to be said so it establishes what it is. You can put the proper title card that tells the viewer what they're about to be watching. And
Mhm.
then like I in my opinion, that makes a huge difference over AI generated, but it's also you're a busy guy. Like it's time consuming. It's not, you're gonna that'll be hours a week that you do that. So I don't know if you have time for that.
Yeah. I mean, right now, now that I'm back at the house. Right now I can devote a little bit more time to actually working on my editing skills and everything else like that because I YouTube a lot of stuff, from doing edits and everything. It's just I'm gonna be honest. I don't. Again, I'm still researching it. I don't know what a good hook sounds like or what a hook or how an actual clip should be. That's why I was like, I'm grateful to Riverside because it's like I would like some of the clips that they've picked out. I would have never thought like, oh wow, that that
Hmm.
actually that
Okay.
actually sounded good.
Well, look, hey, keep with the Riverside clips for now, then, and kill the transitions and the effects, and see what kind of and add a title card, like on TikTok about what it's about,
Mm.
and just see if that makes a difference. Are you captioning? I can't remember.
What do you mean?
Are you putting captions?
Yeah, I do the captions.
I couldn't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, I can't remember if it came from advice from you or from somebody else, but yeah, definitely started doing the captions.
Makes a big difference. Makes a huge.
Yeah, it really does. It
Yeah.
does.
I would start there, like because there's gonna be a learning curve for the editing, and then like once you actually do know how to do it, it still takes fucking hours. So, but yeah, I would start there and just lose the effects and stuff like that. Like
Okay.
how are you posting on Instagram?
Yes, I do post on Instagram.
How's it doing there?
Hold on, let me check. Let's see. Instagram. I haven't gained any new followers, but let's see. I got one that had like my last one I posted was at 87 views. Pretty much non-followers. See, I had another one that had 209, 162, 88, 266, 49. I mean, I'm getting views. It's just turning those same views into subscribers.
No, yeah, I get it. I get it.
And
But yeah, I will start there, man. I think short form will be like stronger short form for you.
that's where that's what I'm thinking. That's where my mindset's at. Because like I'm kind of looking at it, like I said, the long form is not really like it's working, but again, I myself don't have an attention span to sit down for.
No, no, I'm straight up, like I wouldn't. I don't think I'd watch Rapper Rants if I wasn't on Rapper Rants. You know what I mean? Like it's like I just don't. I don't watch that. I don't YouTube. I don't watch YouTube. Like there are people who watch YouTube and there are people who don't. I don't. Like I watch TV and I go on TikTok.
That's where I'm at right now. But I was also thinking, this is the me brainstorming out loud. Like that's where the idea came. I was chopping it up with Chat, my lovely assistant, Chat GPT. Shout out to Chat GPT. I was chopping it up with Chat, and I was just all like, hey, I'm thinking about reaching out to radio stations. I'm thinking about reaching out to other people who have a strong following base. And Chat was like, well, yeah, that'll be a good way to get your name out. And then, like, even if they can't sit down for for a 30-minute, 15-minute episode, trying to connect with them, collab with them in some
Reach out to local Christian stations.
Christian stations. I didn't even think about
You talk. You. This is like a pretty faith based podcast. I think that they would absolutely hear you out.
See, this is why I came to you, Guru, because I didn't even think. I just do radio stations. I was just like, I'm about to just throw feelers out there and just try to try to collab and see where I land and where it gets me.
Yeah, yeah.
Because one of the things I know is closed mouth don't get fed, and yes, I've been saying this for so long. Field of Dreams is kind of like the theme of this podcast. It's kind of the theme behind it or in front of it. But if you build it, they'll come. Yeah, but hey, I do need to go put some flyers out so they can come.
You gotta let them know it's built. I forgot to tell them.
I'm telling you. Like it was like what was it the one of the other episodes I did, and that was just the same just playing in the back of my mind. It just kept playing like, if you build it they'll come, if you build it they'll come, and I'm all like, well, I already built it, but they're not showing up.
Oh, you go to church? The big church?
Nah, I do small churches.
Okay, okay. Do you have people there that would want to tell their stories?
We're still kind of new to the church, so I'm gonna have to actually
Yeah,
I'm
can't
gonna
come
have
on the phone.
come on and talk to some of them. It's kind of hard
Watch.
because me and my family, we sit down in not in the we're in the middle of the church. We don't sit down in the back of the church. We're kind of in the middle of the church. Where if our 3-year-old is being a little bit too loud, we can kind of.
Yeah, I got you.
I love it. I love it here. Like that's the best thing I can say right now. Like I love it here. It's not where I want it to be, but this growing process has been so humbling to me because it's shown me who's for me. It's shown me who's watching, and it's shown me who don't give a damn.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. You're not where you want to be, but you're happy with where you are.
Definitely, I'm definitely happy with where I'm at. I mean, just even the fact that I'm doing the video. I started, the first one was audio, and I was so, like I told you before, I was so afraid to come in front of the camera. Now I got a 4K camera, and I'm all like,
That's cool.
always, bro. I'm gonna give you the last word on this one.
Like you giving me too many last words, bro.
Hey, granted, you're not a guest. This is home. Welcome home.
All right. All right. Last words, bro, is I'm happy for you. This is a shining example of why it's worth it, why the beauty is in the process. It's not in the result. Just keep going with what you're trying to get to.
Appreciate that, big bro. And as I always say, if you're new to this, go and hit that like, follow, comment, share, and subscribe. If you're true to this, leave a comment. Let us know how we did or what you think. And pull up a chair. Welcome to the fam.